Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Arsenal's upcoming few games and basically just asking the question, how important are those next few games? And yeah, let's just get straight into it. That's right guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Before we start the video, I just want to literally just ask you guys, it only takes a few seconds, honestly, just 2 seconds. Just scroll down and just hit that like button guys. It really helps me. It shows me that you guys are enjoying my video. It only takes 2 seconds, it shouldn't take that long. Just please do it. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Look, a win. We finally have had a win against Aston Villa. At the end, a very I don't know how to describe it. The first half was hard. It was a very tough half for Arsenal in the first half. I actually thought, especially when we went down 2-1, I didn't think that. I'll be honest, I didn't think Arsenal were gonna come back, but we did, and now that's one win in our last. If you count the FA Cup game, that would be one win in our last 5 games. So clearly, it's not good enough, and it has cost us. We have reduced our points. I think we had like an 8 point lead against Manchester City. Now we only have two with the game in hand. But luckily, we had another lifeline handed to us by, thank you to Nottingham Forest, by joining to Manchester City. So it just shows that the league chase, especially this year, is just so unpredictable. The Premier League is so unpredictable that every week the league is constantly changing, and it's just important you get your wins. And luckily, Arsenal have been handed a new lifeline, because I thought, honestly, after that Manchester City loss, I thought it was it. Honestly, I just thought that was it. But we've been handed another lifeline, a warning, I would say. And now we have to use it wisely. Now, the next few games against Arsenal, I would say, are very winnable games, and it's important, especially leading up to that Liverpool game, that Arsenal managed to win every single game. I think we have like 6 or 5 games leading up to that Liverpool game, which I think is a what would you call it? A checkpoint almost leading up to that Liverpool game, because if we win those games, which are very winnable games, I think we do have a really good chance in winning that Premier League title. Obviously, football is unpredictable. I keep saying that, but these are the games that if you are in a title race, you are expected to win. Obviously, it starts off with Leicester, who they just come out from losing to Manchester United 3-0, but the minute they come up against Arsenal, they're going to turn into this prime Inter Milan, fantastic defense, and probably end up beating us or drawing with us. That's just how football is. But what's important is that Arsenal really build the momentum and really get those wins, because you've seen how important it is, because when you're looking at the Premier League table, like I mentioned, it's so unpredictable. Who would have predicted that Manchester City would have drawn to Nottingham Forest? Nottingham Forest, and Arsenal have taken advantage, and Arsenal have put pressure back on City, but now the pressure's back on us. I believe the next few games are going to be interesting, because I really do hope Arteta changes just a bit of the team. Obviously, we have Jesus out injured, so what's important for me is that we win all those games leading up to Liverpool, especially for the crunch end of the season. We have the likes of Thomas Partey back and Jesus back. It's been reported that just today that Thomas Partey still has not come back into training. I know a lot of fans are hyping up Jorginho. Obviously, they do have a right, but we have to remember that Jorginho off the ball isn't that good compared to what Thomas Partey brings. Thomas Partey brings that intensity, so it's crucial that we bring back Thomas Partey. He comes back. We still got players like Smith Rowe to come back, and it's important that we get a run of just a few wins. Honestly, like 5 wins in the bounce, and I think that could help us. One thing I do want to see is, I've mentioned it before, is that I really do want to see Arteta showing some adaptability in some games where maybe the game is, the teams are sinking too deep. I really do hope he brings the subs on more earlier. I want to see near the end of, once we're going on this 15 games left, this important part of the season, I really do want to see Arteta actually rotate the squad a bit more, bring in the likes of Fabio Vieira earlier, bring in the likes of Trossard earlier, Tomiyasu, really use the squad, because that is the only way we're going to win the race, because Premier League, if we carry on using our 11, the team's just going to eventually just die out from energy. You've seen how we affected our last few games, and it's important that Arteta really utilises the squad. So that would be one of my points I would say against Arteta. I just do hope he uses his squad more, he trusts some of his squad players more. And yeah, I mean, this is where having a big squad does benefit you, because well, obviously we don't have the big squad now, but when you look at Manchester City, the reason why they win the Premier League is because of the squad. Honestly, like I keep mentioning, the Premier League is a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, it's going to be important that we do get a winning one, some sort of a winning one in our next few games. It's also going to be interesting to see how Arteta does in the Europa League. Is he going to favour that Europa League, which I hope he does. I hope that even if we don't win the Premier League, I hope at least we end with some silverware. So I hope that he favours the Europa League, takes it seriously, puts in on our strong 11, which I do believe even without our starting 11s, the likes of Saka and Martin, I still believe our second team is good enough to at least take us to the semi-finals of that Europa League until, you know, we actually have to start playing our strongest 11. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Arsenal's next few upcoming games, and I'll catch you guys later.